In the boundless expanse of the deep ocean, or in the serene silence of a glass aquarium, we find them. Creatures of instinct, it is said, who live in an eternal present. For generations, we have held a common truth, a simple phrase that has become a punchline. A fish has a 3-second memory. We imagine them swimming in a state of perpetual amnesia, rediscovering the same corner of a tank, the same piece of sunken treasure, with every passing moment. Their world, we believe, is a constant, blissful reset. A world without regret, a world without long-term memories. But in the quiet reflection of the night, as we stare into the shimmering glass and watch them glide effortlessly through their world, a different question emerges. A question that challenges this simple, widely accepted truth. Is it possible that this story we tell ourselves is not a fact, but a convenient myth? Is it possible that beneath that simple exterior, within that small, silvery skull, lies a mind far more complex and a memory far more enduring than we have ever given them credit for? Let us dive into the depths of this question. Do fish really have a 3-second memory? Or is the truth a profound and beautiful secret, one that forces us to reevaluate not only our understanding of them, but our place in the grand tapestry of life on this planet? The myth itself is a curious thing. It's been repeated for decades, a piece of folk wisdom with no clear origin. It's often used to dismiss fish as simple, unintelligent creatures, a convenient way to justify our detachment from their lives. The logic, if one can call it that, suggests that a fish cannot possibly remember a hook, or a predator, or the location of a food source, because by the time the memory has had a chance to form, it has already been erased. It's a very human way of thinking, projecting our own complex, linear sense of time and memory onto a creature whose existence we struggle to comprehend. But science, with its relentless quest for truth, tells a very different story. It tells us that not only is the 3-second memory a myth, but that fish possess a wide range of cognitive abilities, including memory that can last for months, and in some cases, even years. The first piece of evidence comes from the very common goldfish, the supposed poster child for this myth. In a landmark study, researchers trained goldfish to associate a specific sound with feeding time. A speaker would emit a brief sound, and then food would be dropped into the tank. After several weeks of this conditioning, the fish learned the association. But the real test came months later. The researchers would play the sound again, and even after being held in a different tank with no food for over 3 months, the goldfish would immediately swim to the feeding area, anticipating a meal. The memory of that sound and its meaning had not faded. It had not been reset in 3 seconds. It had been stored deeply and effectively for over 12 weeks. This wasn't a fluke. Similar studies have been replicated with numerous species of fish, proving that their ability to remember is far more robust than we imagine. Consider the zebra fish, a small, unassuming creature often used in scientific research. Researchers train zebra fish to navigate a complex maze to find a reward. The fish learn the maze, remembering the correct turns and dead ends with remarkable accuracy. When placed back into the same maze weeks later, they were able to navigate it just as quickly, demonstrating a clear and lasting spatial memory. But it gets even more fascinating. It's not just about simple conditioning or remembering a route. Fish also possess a remarkable capacity for social memory. Many fish live in complex social groups, or schools, and they have the ability to recognize and remember individual fish within their group. They can remember who is dominant, who is a rival, and who they can trust. When a dominant fish is removed from a group and later reintroduced, the other fish remember its social standing, and the entire social hierarchy of the school is instantly restored. If a fish's memory truly lasted for only 3 seconds, this intricate social structure would be impossible to maintain. The very existence of a fish school is, in itself, a powerful piece of evidence against the myth. Perhaps one of the most compelling examples of their memory is their ability to recall and learn from a predator threat. Imagine a group of fish that has a close encounter with a predator. Some may get injured, but the survivors learn to associate that particular location or that particular type of predator with danger. This learned avoidance is not fleeting. It can last for months, or even for the entire lifespan of the fish. They remember the face of their enemy, the scent of a threat, and they pass this knowledge on to others. This ability to form long-term memories of threats is not a luxury. It is a critical survival skill. A creature with a 3-second memory would have been driven to extinction long ago. So, how is this possible? The answer lies in the very structure of their minds. A fish's brain, while far smaller than a human's, is not a simple, empty vessel. It is a complex organ with structures that are analogous to parts of our own brain. They have a forebrain that is crucial for learning and memory, and a part of the forebrain called the pallium that performs many of the same functions as our hippocampus, the very seat of memory in the human brain. This biological reality directly contradicts the notion that they are incapable of retaining information. The more we study fish, the more we discover their cognitive abilities. They can use tools, they can learn by observing other fish, and they can even learn to avoid certain colors or patterns associated with danger. Their world is not a series of disconnected 3-second moments. It is a continuous, rich tapestry of experience, of learning, and of memory. And this brings us to a more profound question. Why do we cling to this myth? Perhaps it is because it makes our relationship with them simpler. If they cannot remember pain, if they cannot remember a life in captivity, then our ethical responsibilities towards them are lessened. The myth allows us to view them as things, not as sentient beings with thoughts, feelings, and memories. The idea of a fish with a memory is a more uncomfortable truth, one that forces us to reconsider the way we interact with them, the way we catch them, and the way we keep them. The truth is that fish, in their silent, watery world, are far more intelligent than we have given them credit for. They are survivors, learners, and social creatures. Their minds are not blank slates, but intricate networks of memories and experiences. The 3-second memory is not a scientific fact, but a human myth, a story we told ourselves to make our world and our conscience a little bit easier. So, the next time you see a fish, remember this. You are not looking at a creature of fleeting moments. You are looking at a being with a history, with memories of past meals, of past dangers, and of the unique shapes of its companions. Its mind is a library of experiences, a testament to the quiet intelligence of a species that we have long misunderstood. The secret behind the fish's memory is that it was never truly a secret at all. We simply weren't listening.